Good evening. We have a pretty full room, trying to get to as many of you as possible. Who's going to go first? Back there.
Serena, that looked like a pretty emotional moment for you. Could you just describe how you felt after that point?
I felt good to get through it because it was a tough match. That's probably why, but that was pretty much it.
Well, you lost only 14 points in 14 games of serve. So
Throughout the three sets?
Yeah. You served 14 times, and you lost only 14 points, included a break that you had in the first set. Do you think that this was just because you served very well, or also because she was trying to hit every time a winning return? I mean, she was not patient enough in returning. What do you think?
Honestly, probably both. I knew I had to serve really well today because she was really aggressive on the returns. But I kind of return the same way. I'm not really patient. I pretty much go for almost all my returns. So it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Serena, a great comeback today. You've been known at times throughout your career as the comeback queen. Today, was there ever a point during the match where you thought, I'm actually in real danger of losing this one? Because you always seem to kind of be in control in a way.
No, it's weird. Sometimes I feel, man, I'm in trouble. And sometimes I feel I can fight. But for whatever reason today, I was so calm. Even when I was down the first set, I thought, well, she's playing great. There's nothing I can do. I feel like I'm doing a lot of the right things. And it is what it is.
Serena, you spoke earlier about some of the surprises in your comeback since you had a baby. What has surprised you in the way you've played and the way you've felt on the court during this tournament?
I don't know. I think everything right now is a little bit of a surprise. To be here, to be in the semifinals I always say I plan on it and I would like to be there and have these goals, but when it actually happens, it still is like, oh wow, this is really happening.
Serena, I'd like to ask you about the two German players that have made the semi-finals as well. Julia, you come up against next. You played her in France. What did you take from that? And also about Angie, have you missed that competitiveness that you had with her previously?
Yeah, they're both really great players, clearly, and really professional and nice girls more than anything. So, yeah, I played Julia in the French, but that was 4 or 5 weeks ago. That doesn't matter. This is a whole new match. It's a new surface. It's everything. So, we're starting from zero. So, I'm gonna go out there and just do what I can and do my best and see what happens.
And about Angie, have you missed that rivalry with her?
Yeah, we've had a lot of tough matches together, and she's playing really well here, and I think she's did everything she needed to do today to win, and she's very, very, very good here. So, yeah, I have missed him.
You've worked really hard this year just to get to this point. You've played a lot on court already here at this tournament. How much is fatigue a factor? How are you going to prepare yourself for the next match?
No, I'm not tired at all. In fact, when I was out there today, I think that was one thing that was surprising was how well I felt. Not once was I out of breath. Surely there wasn't a lot of long points. Maybe that's why I wasn't out of breath. Felt good. But hey, gotta look at the positives, right?
Yeah, Serena, you've been in this exact position countless times, but obviously your life has changed over the last year. What feels different about each phase of this as you go along, if at all?
It's different now, obviously, because I have the baby, and being a mom is totally different, and still have to think, wow, I'm a mom, so every day it's different for me, and just having an opportunity to win matches at just matches in general with a daughter at home.
Serena, you've spoken very eloquently about the challenges of motherhood. Do you feel more comfortable as a role model generally as you've gone on in your career and the responsibilities that go with it? And has being a mother helped that?
Yeah, I've always embraced being a role model. I think for me, I just really fell into that perfectly. Now that I'm a mom, I just want to even be more of that role model for my daughter, and for lots of kids out there that or people out there that just want to be inspired. And here's some good news. Right now it's so much bad news in the world. It's like we just need a good story.
Who are the role models that you followed when you were growing up, on and off the court?
Well, on the court, I think everyone in my generation loved Monica Seles, and I was definitely a Monica Seles fan. And also liked Zena because she looked like me, and we didn't see a lot of black players out there, so I really liked her. And off the court, like my sister, even though she was on the court, and my mom, because she was always so amazing.
Serena, it's the 20th-year anniversary of Yana Novotná winning, which I think she won the first year you played here, and she passed away last year after a long battle with cancer. I'm just writing about her and wondered if you have memories of her and times you intersected on tour together.
Yeah, it's incredibly sad and heartbreaking for not just the tennis world, but for just the world. She was so sweet every year in the locker room. She was always there, every single match, just talking to me and telling me congratulations, and we just would chat, and I was devastated to hear about that. I actually never knew she was battling with cancer. So, but yeah, she's definitely missed for me, because usually after the matches I see her there, and but I know that her legacy and her legend will live on, and she did a lot for tennis, and I feel honored that I had a chance to get to know her.
Serena, you spoke there about feeling more calm, more at ease when you were struggling in the first set. Do you feel like since you've come back, you're able to look at things more objectively, to kind of be a bit kinder on yourself and to see where an opponent's playing well?
No, just to be clear, that was just today. I mean, I'm hoping this is like a new thing. Honestly, I highly doubt it. It was just the way I felt today. I never felt it was out of my hands, and it's weird. I can't describe it, but I just felt calm. Hoping I can channel that all the time, but one day at a time.
Serena, speaking of role models, Billie Jean King was out there watching you today. She's at her 58th Wimbledon. Just talk about her. She's always so animated, so curious, asking questions. Talk about her as her role and as a role model, what she means to you.
Yeah, she's someone that I really look up to, especially starting out in my career. And I had the honor and pleasure of playing with her on Fed Cup, which was super cool. I'll never forget that. I learned so much from her in that little time, but I just learned so much, and I really think it helped my career. And again, she's someone else that I always talk to on the court, off the court, text message, call. Like, she's just is an incredible individual.
Serena, it's too early to do some teach to your girl, but which is the biggest lesson you have learned on sports, in tennis, which you can say to your girl, the first lesson?
I think I've learned the lesson of never giving in and always fighting. I feel like it's really important in life, no matter what you're going through, to never quit. And it sounds totally touche, but it's the truth. For me, it's really a true saying.
Serena, you were talking yesterday about the role you played in equal prize money and equality in tennis, and thinking of Billie Jean King and everything. Do you think, after you're finished playing, whenever that is, do you think there's somebody in tennis at the moment on the women's side who will take that fight up? Who's leading that behind the scenes?
It's hard to say, because I never assumed or knew I would be in this position, so it's like when I first started out, I was playing tennis, and then it just became greater than me. And sometimes it takes a while to realize that. I think Vika does a tremendous amount of speaking out, and a tremendous amount. So I think that she is poised to continue to do that. And pretty much a lot of people that sit on our council, if you just sitting on it in itself is means that you really care.
Serena, you mentioned breakup. I know it's quite a while away, but do you have any thoughts yet? Might you be interested in playing the final? I know you need to play a certain number of times to go to the Olympics. Too far away at that time of the year. Where is your thinking?
Yeah, I actually would love to play because I would love to see the USA keep it. It's in Czech. I don't think I've ever been there. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I'll qualify because there's a lot of Americans right now that are doing really well. So, yeah, I would love to see it stay in the United States.
Have you had preliminary conversations with Kathy about it?
Not yet. That's like in November or October. November, right? So we have time. I have time to get my ranking up there.
Serena, you said at the start of the tournament that you weren't sure if you were going to serve 120. Finally today, at the beginning of the second set, you did. How is it?
Was that
the ace 122?
Yeah. Was that the first time I did 120? Yeah, I went for it. I was like, I'm going as hard as I can on this one, and I saw it was 122. It felt good. My arm's like amazing, so that feels good too.
Like, have you been just conservative in general, just to make sure that it stays?
I've been totally conservative, believe it or not. But yeah, I don't know. I've been really conservative.
On the ranking, you're up to number 51 with the win today.
Mm.
How does that number sound to you?
Well, it's better than 183, so, or whatever I am. Got to keep trekking on, though. You know, it's not Serena Williams 51. It doesn't have that same ring to it. You know, the one part does, but not the 5. So keep going.
Serena, we've talked a lot about you being an inspiration for women's tennis, but also you've inspired a lot of other worlds. Drake was here today, and Mike Tyson in the French Open. So what does that mean to you to inspire other artists?
It's so cool, especially artists like that, like Mike and Drake, who are so successful, you know, to come out and, you know, it feels like it's becoming part of tennis, is becoming part of pop culture, you know, and that's what I love about it, and just, you know, helping create that popularity and getting more young girls to play and be a part of such an exciting game.
Last 2 questions, first one here.
What role do the memories of your previous championships play in your motivation to get more?
I'm really good with letting go with wins. So for me, you're only as good as your last win. So it's been a while since I've won a championship.
So is it the losses that are more motivation? What exactly is it, do you think?
I hate losing. I mean, that's no secret. So, but you got to lose. I feel like every time I lose, I get better. And I think it's important for me to have losses. Just the fewer, the better for me.
Last question.
Are we any closer to seeing your friend, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, making an appearance in the Royal Box?
Is that the last question? I don't know. Just stay tuned, right?
Any conversations?
Stay tuned for the next episode. Serena Williams, Center Court. Thank you.
Thank you.